welcome to Blended Philosophy. The topic for this episode is sentience, and the primary question is
We're back to an old topic?
No, it's a good one.
No,
We did sentience.
we're
remember?
forward to a new topic. The
Right,
topic
back to
for
the
this
new
episode
topic.
is
Okay.
sentience. The primary question is, what is sentience? Now, we've actually got somewhat of a head start on this one. So unlike when we went to, we asked the question, what is death? We've actually talked about sentience in the past. So we know that snails aren't sentient. So whatever possible potential definition that you have for sentience, we're going through the filter of, well, a snail is sentient, see if that in that definition. Because if they are, then no, it's not good enough.
You basically choose any definition and then just make an exception for snails.
No, I don't think we'll have to.
I don't know what your definition is.
Yeah.
It doesn't, no exception necessary from mine.
So what do you guys think of the checklist idea like?
So to be sentient, you have to like be aware that you actually exist.
Yeah, I think therefore I am.
Could you be sentient without being aware that you exist then?
No.
Oh.
Interesting,
Because-
why not?
How?
To me, sentience is about... wait, is like a dog sentient?
I would suggest that a dog wouldn't be sentient, because they're basically just responding to their masters,
People like to say, oh, my dog's so smart, it knows what I'm saying and blah, blah, blah. It's like...
it just responds to sounds, and,
It's not even responding, it's going, this is what gets me food.
It's like ChatGPT. Look at what ChatGPT can do, and it's basically just a predetermined sequence. It's all static. It's not thinking. And look at all the amazing things it can do. A dog can't do like 1% of that, and people are like, oh, it's amazing. If people think a dog is,
I would say the inverse would be true.
People give emotions to animals a bit too much.
ChatGPT can't do 1% of what a dog can do.
what?
ChatGPT can't fetch.
A dog can do like 0.0000001% of what an AI can do. Like it's not like sort of Venn diagrams where like you've got the AI inside the dog one. Like it's got different circles.
I think we're saying the AI circle is a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's massive.
Cut that! Cut that!
Did you want
as like the partner?
Yeah.
more milk, or did you want
And they
separate
give
separate milk?
suggestions on like what would help.
Okay, there's 20 milk there.
Yeah, that'd be good for that community.
I don't know
None of
what
what
you
they
got.
say is
I
fun
would
at
assume at least 20.
They just sit for
Thank you.
A lot of characters and some people interchange the word sentience with the phrase self-aware. Like, oh no, Sky has become self-aware. Or like, I think that the AI is sentient, all of a sudden it's like,
Isn't that just the
in
first
trouble.
point we were talking about?
Well, maybe sentience isn't like a stage you reach, but more of like a scale. And like,
It's a spectrum.
yeah, exactly. You like saying that.
Do you think it's like how
Yeah. So like,
sentient are you? Are you like
Yeah, if-
self-aware or are you?
no, like because you can be like a little bit self-aware, or you can be like really self-aware. So maybe you can be like a little bit sentient, or you can be like really sentient.
Armageddon, Deep Impact, released in the same year, essentially the same premise. So if you can go, oh, that wasn't a really good idea. Well, they couldn't have watched that movie and then plagiarized it. You know what I mean? So if you can think of an idea that wasn't inspired, is the prerequisite for the ability to think of something like that? Would that be sentience?
Animals can come up with things as well, like ideas.
Well, what about ravens that can open like the ziplocs and stuff?
I wouldn't mark that as sentient. I would, it'd be more of like if they did something that's like, I don't know, if they started to segregate socially. Like, I'm not saying racism equals intelligence. I'm saying like if you like.
That's good.
For
Intelligence equals
for example, like a group of school kids. There's like 100 of you, or maybe in primary school there's 25 of you, and like you split off into groups. Like this group is interested in chess, and this group is interested in muscle. They like do that on their own. So if a bunch of crows started like, oh, but we really like eating worms, and so we're just getting sick. Like they're not excluding other crows because they look different. They're including the crows that have the same interests as
They're
them.
like libertarian crows.
To me, that's more intelligent
That's it. Libertarian
using something that humans
intelligence.
also use. I'm like, oh, so you work at how to drink from a water bottle, who cares?
Wouldn't having
someone
isn't
inspired.
having like groups a very it makes society so structured. If anything, it's a less sentient thing because you just follow what your group is and you go up to you spend your time you show up
Okay,
to the
so
meetings. There's a state competition every year or something.
So if
You're locked in
you
your little box, your group think.
if you
Brainstorm.
if you really like chess and you go online or to the local library or whatever to find out where the local chess club is, you're right, I wouldn't consider that very intelligent or sentient. I would, however, if you
They're just
if you were really into math and you found someone that was really into dolls or ornaments or something, and you then became friends with someone that liked boards, then you could go, oh, let's all play chess. Like so, I was just the first chess club to ever exist. I would consider that group of people to have some level of sentience.
Who's more sentient?
Oh gosh, okay, yeah.
The people at the chess club
Mhm.
that are normal, or the people at the chess club that are retarded?
What are the two different clubs? Are they virtually identical?
They go there and they play chess.
How old are the clubs?
Well, I feel like you'd have to have more sentience if you were like dumber to do chess. Because you're really choosing to do it.
What I'm trying to get
It's
at
like,
here is
like if you can't do like the thinking like moves ahead, if you
You
can't,
must really love it.
yeah, you have to really enjoy that ball.
Because it's easy to like something that you're good at.
I think
Like,
you're
it's a lot
either
harder to
sentient is bullying. You're either sentient or you're not. And from there it's
So there's just a line.
intelligence.
Yeah. So, but it's not.
if someone becomes sentient, that doesn't mean they have the same degree of consciousness as
Yeah.
someone else, because they might not be as intelligent, but they're still sentient, and that comes from being self-aware.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
some people are less self-aware than others.
But they're still sentient or not.
What do you,
No, no,
what do you
no,
mean
it's-
by that? Because I don't understand.
Like some
To
people-
me, self-awareness it seems like a binary.
Like the
No, it's like they have the capability for sentience, but they just don't put in the effort.
When I think about,
Okay.
when I think about
That's a
self-awareness,
question then ask.
I think about like being aware of like why you do things. So like, because some people do things and they don't necessarily know why they do things,
Yeah.
you know, or like why something makes them feel a certain way.
But to
Yeah,
think about
that-
that stuff,
those
you
are
have
the
to be
people who go there.
self-aware.
I would say self-awareness would be an indicator of sentience. Like you're not necessarily, like
Yeah.
if you're not self-aware, that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have sentience.
You have self-awareness, but not self-aware.
Self-awareness is a very strong indicator for sentience. I think we can all agree on that. And
So what is the bar then? If you reckon it's like a threshold you cross, and afterwards
I
you
think
become sentient.
You have to
it's
be
definitely
self-aware.
something that you
You
gain. You're not born with it.
you don't think so?
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not born with it.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
think.
think you're born with sentience.
Yeah, I think you develop it.
At first,
At
it's
what
just like
age?
cry if you need this, cry like that if you need that. Like
Yeah, okay.
You sort of like.
So I mean, the brain's fully developed at 25. Would you say a 25-year-old has sentience?
I think they'd have more sentience than a 1-year-old.
But we said it's.
Oh yes,
Oh,
okay.
But then if they
So I'm
if
saying-
they have more sentience than a 1-year-old, then you are born with it, aren't you? Or-
I think most people.
No, sorry, more that they're sentient. That they have sentient. They might not be sentient yet. That's why you could not be sentient your entire life. They're just, you know. But no. If you were sentient at 25, yes, you'd be more sentient. You wouldn't be sentient at such a young age.
Or maybe another way of looking at it is also some people might choose not to be sentient.
Yeah.
So like if something happens that draws their attention, they'll be like, they might do a bit of like self-reflection and like think about things like in a sentient way. But then like most of the time they just go about their lives and just like don't like
But
think
they're still
about that
sentient.
shit. Yeah, they are.
No, but it's
So,
like they. It's not that they choose not to. It's that they don't choose to do it.
They don't choose to do
Yeah,
it.
it's not they're going like, oh no. It's just they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
But they could do it like they might have like 5 minutes a year where they're like thinking like that.
Yeah.
And so yes, they would be, because almost everyone would have the capacity to be sentient.
Right.
And think like that. But I'm saying, like, a lot of the time people would choose not to. So maybe that's relevant as well.
Okay.
Like, I reckon most people by the age of like 4 would have been sentient at like one moment.
Yeah.
And they would have been like, you know, maybe even younger, where they would have been thinking about like, oh, like I'm my own being, and you know, sort of knowing the like sorts of things you like and you don't like it.
Let's work from the ground up. A grain of sand, does that have sentience?
No.
No.
A Venus flytrap, does that have sentience?
We can't go. Oh, does this?
Get to a threshold and go, oh, well that's
Okay,
where
there's certain
sentience
animals
starts.
from below which like don't have sentience. So like we'll start with sheep. Like sheep don't have sentience.
Yeah, okay.
What about like dolphins and like octopuses? Can they have sentience? What do you reckon? Like, would there be one
I
that's
know
like
dolphins communicate with each other.
Yeah,
And they can learn pretty complicated tricks.
yeah, they can.
So when wild
Wait,
But they...
I think
Mhm.
humans can gain sentience around the age of like 3.
Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
if we say sentience is like a spectrum, and say it's like say humans are like from like 0 to 10. Like when you're 3,
Yeah.
you hit like 1 on the scale,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
okay.
like as you age up, and then the average sits around like 3.
I disagree with this because a 3-year-old they can speak a bit, right? And they can express wants and dislike.
And I can remember thinking I was like a separate being from like a very young age. Like being like I didn't just become aware at like the age of like 18 or something. Or like
Yeah, but my point is like
I'm not looking at a kid being like, oh, he can tell me he likes ice cream, he must be sentient. Like he's 3. You know, I'm like remembering back and I'm trying to trace it. I mean, my earliest memories are 4, so I don't really know if I thought that at 3.
what I'm getting at is the idea that kids don't become sentient
Oh, you're
until
saying they're
like,
born sentient.
yeah.
Yeah, but like, under what definition? Because you're not really like, I don't think you'd be thinking about yourself. Like when you're born, you're like, what the fuck is this? For like 3 months. Until you can start making sense of like, I don't know, I'm not sure how, I think it takes your vision like a couple of months to form. So you're literally just like trying to decipher all these fucking signals
my
into your brain.
definition. Here's the
Alright.
definition.
Alright, let's hear it.
To be sentient is to have a rational soul.
A rational soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a soul
soul
rational
Hang on a
is
second,
reason.
hang on a second before we talk about anything else. Snails don't have rational souls, I approve.
So the soul's got to be rational. What does that mean?
They're capable of reason.
The soul can
Yeah,
reason.
no, what does it mean that a soul is capable of reason?
Hey,
That's such a
Yeah.
a sort of like a mental way of thinking about the soul. You know, like it can reason, like what it can like decide things that are illogical. Or what
no.
about people who are bad at logic? Is that like a reflection on their soul, or
Basically, I'm just going for a definition that is.
you just want to stop thinking about it?
Right.
So you're like, oh, it's just a soul that has reason. You just gave up on coming up with a real definition.
No. That answer has a legitimate basis.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like you could tease it out with like a different answer.
I can just
That's-
say what is who is sentient? God, angels, humans.
So
It's just the basic.
having a rational soul doesn't make you self-aware. It does.
Yes.
But what if? So you're saying someone can be in like a bed
Yeah.
with like no fucking mental, nothing going on in their brain,
Yeah.
and still be self-aware
Yeah.
because they have a soul.
Yes.
So you're just coming up with synonyms for a soul.
So the vegetable person, right?
Yeah.
Their body then dies.
Yeah.
Then they go to heaven and
Yeah.
they're back
They're back.
thinking.
They're back thinking, but they weren't. You're saying they're back because they weren't, because they lost self-awareness
So when
they were in that
when
state.
Sometimes
I can
when you
control this.
sleep, you do not dream.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, and so during that time, you're not sentient. You're just a
Yeah,
you're-
I totally agree with that.
But you would also,
Completely fucking
but you
agree.
would also say that you're a sentient being. So
Not
which
while
is
you're-
it?
Not while you're in that
Oh,
state.
I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah.
sentient being. Oh, here, oh, not here. That makes no sense. You either
Hang
are
on, so
or not.
you start with sentience.
No, but if a baby
You fall
can be
asleep.
Oh,
And you pause the sentience,
I
and you
wasn't
wake
saying-
up and you resume sentience.
Essentially, yeah. Because if you sleep and don't dream, you just like teleport to the next day. No, it is. You don't feel time passing with
Yeah.
nothing happening. You just boop. It's the same as if you black out. You just boop.
That's great. Okay, so
Especially-
a blackout, no sentience. That's great. So we can invert that to find out what sentience is. So if you're actively living during the day, sentience.
oh, see, and boom! Look at what I was saying. I was so right. I
What are
was
you-
so right.
What are you
When
talking
before
about?
I was like, oh, the Christian way is to actually live, and then the Buddhist way they're just trying to like think about. They're not even trying to think. They're trying to have like nothing going
No,
on.
that's a different
They're literally trying to become non-sentient, and then boom! Wow.
I-
See,
I'm not
was
sure how that
on the
relates
phone.
to anything you were saying.
I honestly think we're onto something there. So if you're actively living, you're not on autopilot.
Not like a
you're
Buddhist.
awake and conscious and
How are they not?
you're doing things on
Because they're not
purpose.
white.
Are you sentient?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, you're sentient right now. You're not
Yeah.
sentient. But so when you go to sleep tonight, you might
I have the
become.
capacity to be sentient.
That's not the same as being sentient.
I am sentient right now. Are you sentient? That's present
Yeah,
tense. I said
he
yes,
said-
I am.
You don't go.
I'm saying this right
yeah,
now.
If you ask him, "Are you sentient?" while you're blackout drunk, he'll go, "No."
Are you always male?
Am I always male? Yes.
Okay, good.
Big statement.
Good thing that you know, you wouldn't,
checking it.
you wouldn't think if I just asked, oh, are you male, that I meant like all the time, because, you know, I just said, are you male, like,
this
it's
is
like
getting
right
nowhere.
now,
This is getting absolutely nowhere. Like I'm not. You're not like changing my mind on like.
do you get what my point is here?
Yes.
I still
and
think
when-
you gave up.
Yeah.
You gave up on sentience as a discussion, and
No.
then decided to say it's basically
No.
what a soul gives you. 'Cause
No.
that's easier
No,
than
no,
coming up
'cause
with.
now
We're talking about a mental function, something you can do with your mind,
So
and then
you
you're
think
like, that was
it's
too
all-
hard. That was too hard to think about. So I'm just gonna say it's something a soul gives you, and then we're done here. The Bible,
I
what,
asked you,
I think
are
God
you
says it.
sentient? In the same way, someone would ask, oh, are you a man? And it's not like you're answering for that point in time. You're thinking, yes, I am sentient. As a,
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a broader sense, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what you said. But then you, by your own admission, you go, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
when I go to sleep tonight, I might not, it's like
Yeah.
I might not be.
Are you athletic?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
are you athletic when you drink a bottle of Jack Daniels in 3 hours? Like, are you athletic after that?
For after having 3 bottles of, a bottle of.
A bottle of, yeah.
3 bottles of
Yeah,
bottle of
so
Yeah.
yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, what about 3 bottles of Jack in 3 hours?
I'd be
He's
pretty
Jack's
athletic.
good.
You'd be athletic.
What?
So-
Okay. Why are you making this so? What if you didn't exercise for a week?
I'd be pretty athletic for not having exercise for a week.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be athletic. It's that drops
No,
off so
I
quick.
think you'd still be athletic after.
No, that drops off so quick. Especially like cardio.
No, I mean, but it's like I don't just mean strong and like fit. I mean like if you did nothing for a week and you were still quite good, then I think that'd be
Yeah, no,
something
but it's-
more
it's
like
less.
naturally athletic.
That's-
Yeah.
You
But my-
would consider
okay.
yourself athletic.
But my point is, you can say that about so many things. Where, like,
Yeah,
yes,
true,
in general,
true.
yeah. Are you smart? Yes. Are you smart when after you shoot up a bunch of heroin and you're just fucking drooling into the pillow. Like, no, I'm not
See,
smart then, but in general,
I'm smart.
maybe I wouldn't be
Always.
smart if I did heroin.
Let me
so-
explain this real simple for you. I look down, I've
Did
got
that
a dick, right?
Yeah,
A week later, I've still got a dick. I'm
Yeah.
still a man, right? Now, someone comes and they chop off my dick.
yeah, cool.
I'm still a man.
What? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is that? What do you...
that is my point proven.
You were saying,
Do
yeah.
with another physical thing a person can have, or mental function or something.
I've ran the snail test and it's passed. So I'm going to
Sweet.
present this to you guys.
Okay.
Is sentience the ability to consciously experience moments on purpose?
Yeah, I'd be a lot more happy with that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Hector?
Fine.
Alright, you guys ready to vote?
Yeah.
But if I was good at soccer,
That means you're good at football. Is sentience the ability to consciously experience moments on purpose?
With your rational soul.
So you should be going no then. Because it's not your definition. Wow.
According to Pizza Stream, sentience is the ability to consciously experience moments on purpose. Don't fucking...
You have to cut that out.
Add that on
You're
there.
adding to his
Just overlay that with one of the clips of him saying the N-word.